Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the
Savanh Family Show. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at. And we are super excited. Monday morning, are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this awesome week?
Yes,
awesome day, awesome week. So let's get the week started. And again, guys, look, we, in order for us to stay alive, right, as humans, we need air, we need water, we need food.
Yes.
And our relationships are exactly the same. In order for our relationship to be alive, better yet, thrive, we need, the relationship has needs. So let's find out today what those needs are, how to meet them for each other, and to continue to not only make the relationship alive, but let's make it thrive.
Yes.
So, the big question is this. How do married couples like us, who have busy schedules, run high-performing businesses, face challenges daily, raise multiple children,
and yet still remain in love, passionate, and happy like when we first dated?
That is the question, and this show will give you the answers.
Welcome to the Savanh Family Show.
Master your relationship, your life, and your business now. Hello, and welcome back. And hey, if this is your first time watching us, my name is Savanh, and this is my beautiful wife, Phyllis Savanh, who's also my amazing business partner. And look, we're super excited. We are on the Why Do Couples Fight and How Can You Stop It series. So if you have not watched our previous series of this, we have 5 episodes before this, and we're going to go for, anywhere between 10 to 15 episodes of this particular series. So, continue watching this series and beyond. And today we're going to talk about the topic of today is unmet needs. So why do couples fight and how can they stop it it has to do with needs.
Yep.
So couples fight because of needs. And I know in our relationship, in our marriage of, I've been together for 16 years now, we know that a lot of the fights really came from several things, but needs were definitely one of them, right? So just like I had said, in order for us to be alive, to stay alive, is we need food. So, if you don't have food, how grumpy are you, right? I mean, you get hangry, right, as they say, and I've been there, right? And you need air, you need food, you need so many things as a human being to stay alive. Well, the relationship is no different than that, right?
Yes.
We have. If you don't have needs that are unmet, just like food, you get hangry, like they said, and a relationship can get hangry too if you don't meet those needs. So
absolutely, before C's transformed into this beautiful being that he has, he was really lovely before. But the number one thing that I know how to stop fight, the first thing is if you get angry. I was always wondering, is he hungry? That's why we started to have this verb called hangry, right? If your husband or your wife is hangry, make sure you comment down below. Let us know that they are. Yeah, amen. You felt the same way, right? So every time you have something like that, I immediately say, hey, babe, I actually cooked some food right now. Why don't we go to the kitchen? We eat. After we eat, we're going to talk about it, okay? And he's like, okay, fine, And then you walk into the kitchen, and then we eat. And after we finish food, and I'm like, hey, babe, what were you trying to tell me just now? Oh, I don't remember anymore. Oh, really? Like, is there anything else you want to talk about? No, I think I'm okay. I was like, yes. In my mind, I was like, yes, I knew. You're just hungry. That's why you're reacting, because you are in a low energy state.
Yes, so that was my old me, obviously. The
new him does not eat anymore,
the state has changed significantly, and this is probably why I gained, I went up to almost 240 pounds at one point in my life here. So one of the reasons. Kept feeding. But yes.
But hey, if he's not angry, I don't mind him being fat. Just to put it that way.
Yes, most definitely. But using that as a really simple example, right? Yes, your relationship can get angry, and your relationship can cause several emotional stackings, and your relationship can really create a lot more pain than pleasure, and a lot of hurt and frustration and stress. So needs are so important. Needs are more important to me than values. Values is something that we create together, or we believe that we're in alignment when we come come to a union at the very beginning. That's why we say yes, or why you say, why you pop the question of getting married with each other to have children. Alignments are very, very important. But how do you keep the relationship to sustain and grow and thrive is really needs, right? Because if needs aren't met, it causes quite a bit of everything from, stress to resentment to angry. So, the key is, let's meet them, right? If you want your relationship to really stay alive and thrive, meeting each other's needs is so, so important, because your partner, yourself too as well, has needs. Like, one of the things that my beautiful wife here, Love and Connection is her very first emotional human needs as a human being. She loves connection. She loves, she loves, period, right? And if I was a gentleman, if I was her partner, which I was for most of our 16 years, which caused obviously a lot of our headaches and heartaches, and leading up to where we almost lost everything in our life, was because I didn't meet that one need of love and connection. I was so significant and driven that, the love that she needed from me, I was focusing on. Instead of providing that need, I was in love with my businesses. Does that make sense? I was in love with growing my businesses, growing my teams, growing, this status, the success status of this business person or this person, because I felt inside that I needed to. That was my identity. Does that make sense? So I was chasing this thing where she's like, I just need you home. I just need you to love me. I just need connection. And I was connecting more with my guys, more with the work I was doing, more with the career, the business, the expansion teams, all that stuff. I was loving and connecting there because I felt that was my identity, right? So.
Yes, absolutely. And the craziest part is, we keep saying that we're going to do a 6 human needs episode. We need to really do that. So that way you guys really can always reference it back to
go really deep into it.
So the key is, whenever a person is a love and connection, like I am a love and connection. So my language pattern is, we are going to do this together. We are going to love each other. We are going to whatever. And for me, I don't really have a lot of significance because that wasn't really my need. However, most of the time, if you're a love and connection, you usually will have a significant driven husband, because the significant husband actually need a lot of love and connection from you. And so a lot of time, we tend to get polar opposite and we attract each other, right? Because polarity, we attract each other. However, one thing that we forgot is sometimes is, the one that we have the love and connection sometimes just doesn't really get a lot of the love and connection back. So, so again, I just wanted to highlight this thing. Whenever a couple is fighting, chances is one or the other or both are crying out for love, crying out for significance, crying out that, hey, my need is not met.
Yes.
So please just love me. Please just give me the certainty. Please just give me the significance. Please just whatever.
Yes.
So, hear through what they are what you guys are really fighting about, and really get deep into the root of why you guys are fighting. And then obviously in this episode, in this series, we're really trying to let you know the deep dive. What is the real reason why you guys really get into a fight?
The symptoms, right? A lot of times we always jump into the problem. Let's say we'll use a couple of different problem examples, right? Let's assume that you're in a relationship and you and your significant other are not making as much love as you should be. We'll use that as a simple example. Well, now you're like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm always. We'll just use a guy's example. Let's assume the guy, or even the girl, the woman in the relationship, the wife, she says, yeah, I'm always engaging. I'm always the one that's, that's asking to make love. I'm always the one that's starting it, right? We just don't make enough, enough love. We're not intimate in that area, for a good example. So now the stress is on that particular problem, right? You're looking at that problem. You're like, okay, there's something wrong. We just don't, what's wrong? Well, we just don't have enough sex. We don't make enough love. Well, the real problem, if you dive deep into it, now let's look at the symptoms. What is causing that, right? What is causing it? You got to go dive deep into the symptoms, and then you're going to go find out that, oh my gosh, no wonder we're not intimate in our bedroom because we're not intimate outside of the bedroom, right? Yep. You look at the symptoms, and it could be a situation like that where my wife is a love and connection person, and here I'm driven by success. and I'm spending most of my time, I'm connecting, I'm loving on that instead of her. Well, if I'm doing that, I'm not meeting her need of love and connection, which she doesn't want to have, intimacy inside the bedroom, right? That's a good example. Or let's use communication as another example of fighting. You're fighting. Well, gosh, we always fight. We're always arguing. We can't even communicate. Every time we communicate, we're fighting. Well, you look at that problem and say, I want a divorce. Maybe we should break up because we're always fighting. Well, let's look at the symptom again, right? Don't look at the problem. Look at the symptom. Now you dive deep in the symptom, and it could be something like her second need is certainty, right? Love and connection and certainty. That's her top two human needs. And here, let's assume that I might not be providing her the level of certainty that she needs, which then ultimately causes some resentment there and some stressors there that we then fight, because every time now we communicate, we fight because I'm not providing her a level of certainty. Does that make sense? So, don't look at the problem, look at the symptom. You don't walk into a doctor's office, right, and say, doctor, I'm sick. And doctor's like, you look like this. Let me write you a prescription. Well, the doctor's not going to do that. The doctor's going to sit you down, look at your blood, look at your temperature, look at all those things, diagnose the symptoms of what you're having, and then determine how to fix the problem, your sickness, the problem that you have. So your relationship's the same way. Needs are those symptoms. Does that make sense? So let's look at them. So how do we do this? So we're going to share with you 2 tips. The first tip is, it's very, very simple, but really is just sitting down and asking each other what are your partner's top 2 needs. That's it, right? So for her, if I didn't, there's a lot of things that I need to do, obviously, in the relationship, and like her, what she needs to do into the relationship as well. But quite honestly, if I just met these 2 needs for her, right? I'm loving on her, we're connecting, we're in love, we're doing loving things, and she's the number one in my life. She feels it, right? That's the most important. She feels it, and then I bring a level of certainty. Like, it might be something, certainty of like, man, yeah, he is a great man. He is something that I'm 100% certain that, he would never ever cheat on me, for example, right? Nobody ever could take his love away from me, right? Or a certainty of, I like financial certainty, that we are making the right decisions for our future and our children. And I go out and I am certain there that he can make money. Not only that, he can actually invest right and save right and really grow our wealth and making the right decisions financially. I'm certain there. So if I meet those 2 needs, she's happy. She's extremely happy. And then everything else on top of that I do are just very small in her world, because her biggest world is needs. My biggest world is needs. Yours as well. So look at that. So if you have stressors in your relationship right now, don't look at the problem, but it might be a need that's not met in your world or your wife's world.
Yeah, so just kind of like the story that he talked about at the beginning. He talks about the women saying that he initiate intimacy every single time, but then the man was just refusing. Then the question that we have for you is, are you meeting his need? Did you give him enough significance? Did you quote unquote respect him enough, or are you always abusing the respect, right? Do you tell people about his flaw in public? Yep. We actually have a training right down there that you can click on the link. One of the things that we are sharing, one of the tip that we're sharing in there is that, do you do you praise him in public? Do you really, give him the significance? Because a man, women, 9 out of 10 times we need the certainty, because we're women. We want to be protected. That's just how our instinct is. Men usually 9 out of 10 times they want respect, right? They want to feel significant because, I am the one that fixed this. I am the one that paid the bill.
Special in your life.
I am, they want to feel special 9 out of 10 times. So if you took that away from him and you become the man of the relationship, chances is he doesn't want to be, he doesn't want to connect with you as much, because again, even though we keep talking about women have all those emotional needs, actually the truth is men also have those needs.
Totally, we all do. Yes, yeah. So if you're, let's say, in public, like, we just don't have enough sex, right? And he's like, he wants to be significant in your life, wants to be special in your life, and here you are publicly, let's say to your friends or whatever, or another family member, and say, we just don't do, we don't do that enough, right? Yep. That now he doesn't feel special anymore, and then you say, why am I always initiating, lovemaking for us? Why am I always initiating sex in our relationship? And you're fighting about that problem. In reality, the need of him not being significant in your life, is not being met by you, which then causes this, this resentment, this issue, the stacking of you, and in the bedroom, he's not going to want to do it. Does that make sense? So, okay, so let's move on to the second tip that we're going to give you as well. So ask. First tip is ask for the top 2 needs, and then the second is really strive. Once you know what those needs are, really strive to meet your partner's needs, and really check in often. Check in often, right? So I know my wife's top, and needs can change. Needs can change, right? So that's why the check-in often is so important, because, I was, prior to my transformation, I had a really huge transformation this year, a little bit over a year, but, I was really significance driven, right? And significance, everybody wants to feel special. There's no doubt. But my level of significance has actually changed. I used
way off the top.
Yeah, I used to want to be significant, quite honestly, is because of, not loving myself enough. So why? Because as a child, there was several people that told me that I would never amount to anything, that I would never be successful. And growing up where my family, my parents had to work a lot, and our family was not together. Like, my sister lived somewhere else. My brother was much older than me. And there was a loneliness that I felt as a child, as a young child, right? I was so alone that I didn't feel special. So when I grew up as an adult, I was so significant driven, because to me, that created my identity of who I wanted to be. Because if if I'm successful here and I have these things, then I'm going to be this type of a person, right? I'm going to be this, that other people see me as this successful person. And then I would feel great because I'm this successful person, right? So I was really significance driven. So I spent a lot of time growing my companies, a lot of time in my business, a lot of time. I was physically a lot of times at home, but emotionally I wasn't here. I was in my businesses. I was traveling to open up offices. Nothing was never enough. I was just once I opened up 5 offices, I wanted 10. Once I opened up 10, I wanted 20. And, once I hired 10 employees, I wanted 20 employees. Like, once I had this much money in the bank, I wanted this much more. Once I bought this beautiful car, I wanted 4 more beautiful cars. You know what I mean? I just bought this beautiful home. The day I walk into this beautiful home, living this type of life, I'm like, I'm going to really design us another home. Well, gosh, it's my first day in my new home, but yet I'm thinking about, constructing and building a new home already, right? So, because all those things made me feel good, right? So, that's what I mean by, checking often, because my needs have changed. My primary need right now really is contribution. That's my primary need. What can I do? Why I want to be successful as a business person and as a person is because I want to now give back to the world. I want to give back to you. I want to give back to, those less fortunate, right? In villages that don't have water or medicine or food, and feed the poor and serve time. That's really one of my really basic human needs, to make me, not that I want to feel significant and special anymore. I want to be considered significant and special in somebody else's life. That's totally different, right? Because I want them to say, yes, this person impacted my life. That's who I want to be now, right? So my needs have changed.
So I just wanted to, clarify. Obviously, we talk about needs, right? Again, needs can be, anything that you really need. Just communicate with your husband or your wife, about what needs you need. We obviously are coming from the Tony Robbins environment. We're going to list down, we're going to put a link down below about, where you can find the information from Tony Robbins to you. And the quiz about, what is your top, human needs. But just to clarify, the top 6 human needs that we talk about here is, most of the time people need certainty to make sure that they feel safe, safe and secure. They have a roof under their, over their head, right? And then the second need that we have, it's kind of funny, which is uncertainty. After, if everything goes the way it is, you might get bored. So, God created this second thing, or, universe, whatever.
Variety,
Yep, variety, so that, all the challenges or all the fun, right? Sometimes you eat at home every single day. You want to go out and eat. Those are variety. The third one is obviously significant, just like what he said. He used to be significant driven. Right now, not as much anymore. But which means that you wanted to feel important. You want the people to know that you are doing this. Again, everybody have significant. I have significant too. Everybody have. It's just a ranking of what are the top.
What you value. Everybody has all these 6 human needs. It's just what you value most.
Yes,
is different.
And then the fourth one is love and connection, right? So, which is what my primary need is. And, again, obviously, my needs have grown too, throughout the time. But love and connection means that, I'm just loving on you. And then I thrive through communication. So I'm a crew member for Tony Robbins event, because every time I crew, I just get all these connection and all these love, and it also allowed me to give out love, and that just kind of fulfill all my needs in love and connection, for a few months until I crew again, right?
Yeah, and using that as an example, honey, like if I was her partner and I forced her not to do that, or I said, yeah, you're doing way too much of that, and well, now I'm not meeting her needs of what she needs, right? She needs to connect not just with you, but as a partner. I love watching her crew. Why? Because I see her light up. I see her helping people, and that's what she loves. So I'm like, this is great. So I like, do it. If you love it, do it.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
and then the fifth one is growth. Obviously, for us, we both actually have, one of our top two needs now is growth, because we wanted to learn, we want to learn from success, because success leaves clues, just like what Tony Robbins said. Every time I go crew, besides I feed into my love and connection, I also fulfill my growth needs, because I'm learning so much from how other people is handling things, how they are just so flexible, how they are just never get mad, right?
Yes.
How do you grow, right? And then the sixth one, the last one is obviously like what my husband said, contribution, right? What he said. Which is, you're now contributing to people. Like, like Tony's, one of Tony's need is contribution. You can see he donate into like Underground Railroad, Feed America. He doesn't really have to work anymore, but he still constantly, run all these events, because he knows that it changed our life. Our life have changed. Life is never be the same anymore, because we know how to be happy. We know how to be fulfilled. We know how to be, have fun and joy,
True purpose in life.
Yep. So that's why he every time he goes to it, it's not money anymore. He just feel like he's filling up his contribution bucket.
Yes. So
again, what is your top two need? And, and again, strive to meet your partner's need, every single time, like, hey, babe, did I fulfill your need?
Yes.
Did I massage a significant, did I massage a contribution? Right now, every morning we're doing a 9 o'clock YouTube channel, because, that is the time for us to grow and also contribute to you.
Yes, most definitely. And then, guys, if you, again, just to summarize everything, why do couples fight, and, how can you stop it? Why do couples fight? Because just unmet needs in the relationship, right? And how can you stop that is just, ask each other for at least top two needs, or know them, right?
Yep.
Learn them, and then strive to meet your partner's needs, and really check in often. Really check in, because we change, right? And we evolve as time and world and technology, everything evolves. We evolve, so check in. So, below there is links for training, for anything that we say on this video to say we're sharing with you, as well as links to charities that we really believe in. The two that we really believe in right now is Feeding America and Operation Underground Railroad. So if you haven't watched either one of those, learn about them. They're amazing charities. And our Team Phoenix, charity that we created not too long ago, just fed over 40,000 40,000 people. Provide 40,000 meals just last month, right? So it's pretty amazing.
Yep.
And we want to continue growing that. So charities, everything below. So if you guys like this video, this series, please hit the like button, as well as comment. If there's a charity that you believe in, or needs, particularly this video, needs of you, your partner, and how you guys have met each other, please share, so this way we can share with other audiences.
Always remember, if you guys get into a fight, if you get emotionally high, ask, hey, is it the need? Are you afraid of something? Are you fear of something? Just protect them, shower them with love, and then the fight will stop.
Yes. And then if somebody in your life, in your circle, loved ones, needs to hear this, please share our video, because if they have a problem they're really focusing on too much instead of the symptom could be just needs that are not being met. So it causes that problem. They're focused on that problem way too much. Okay. So again, subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon, guys. If you this way, when we do live or upload new videos, you'll get alerted every single time. Okay, we love you very much. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next series. If you like this show, subscribe now.
Remember, mastery starts here.
See you on the next show.